All right. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Shay Doggett, and I'm an educator with Ashtae Products. And I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Today, we will be talking about flawless feeding braiding styles. Why? Because summer is quickly approaching, and it is a style that most people are wanting when they're going on those cruises, vacationing. We want some beautiful, flawless feeding braids that we don't have to worry about so that we can enjoy our vacation and not have to do our hair every 5 minutes. Because who has time for that when you're on vacation, right? And so, as a stylist, if you know how to do those flawless beading braids, you are always going to have somebody's hair to do. And what does that mean? That means that you are also going to be making that money. All right. And so that's what we all want to make sure that we get to. All
Okay.
right.
Shay, can you move the phone like in the other direction?
It is horizontal, not vertical.
Yeah, can you move
I need to
it
change it
like
back to vertical.
yes, please.
So sorry.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, it works perfect this way.
very good. Are we live?
Awesome. Yes.
Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for bearing with us through the technical difficulties. And we're gonna just keep moving. Sorry that I was sideways, but now I'm right ways. So yes, I just want you guys to really, really key in on how you can make sure that you are staying consistent in your area, in your salon, by making sure that you have other things in your bag, in your arsenal, other than just your regular hairstyles, but also some braiding styles. I noticed last year in the suite setting that I have, that I work in, many stylists went through a drought during the summer, right? And so my goal is to prevent that from happening to stylists moving forward. Many stylists that stray away from doing braids lose out on all the summer enjoyment when it comes to having your business because your clients are leaving you to go to a braider because they have vacations planned and they don't want to do their hair every day, or you're not going to be on vacation with them to maintain their hair. So, what do? They go find a braider, get their hair braided so they can just wrap it and go to sleep and kind of have a protective style so that they don't have to maintain their hair until they come back home and then you see them. And so to keep your clients in your chair, I highly, highly, highly recommend learning some type of braid style. So even if you're not doing those intricate small braiding styles that take several hours to do, at least you can do something that's in and out, that's flawless, that they're happy with, and you get to keep your clients to yourself and to keep that money in your pocket. All right, so I won't ramble on. I won't ramble on. I did bring my mannequin with me, and she's going to be here so that I can show you how to accomplish some flawless braid styles, right? So, what I'll be doing is showing you a couple things that I will be teaching in high detail at Beyond the Chair. What is Beyond the Chair for the new people, right? For the newbies. Beyond the Chair is a conference that we here at Ashtay have every single year around June. This year, it will be June 21st through the 23rd. Natalia will be dropping a link during this course so that you can register for Beyond the Chair if you have not already done so. Now, if you are already registered for Beyond the Chair and you're like, look, Shay, I'm not a newbie, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, I just want to know what you're going to be teaching. Well, I will share that with you. We will have two braiding classes. One braiding class will be our Boss Braid Masterclass, which is going to focus on what we're talking about today, our flawless feeding braids, our stitch braiding, and our knotless braids, so that you can really, really perfect those styles. And then we're going to have an advanced class, and that's going to be our high end luxury braiding styles, where you can learn how to do intricate styles that you can command $500+ for per client. And so, if you're interested in either of those things in your business, I highly recommend signing up for those classes. All right. And so, again, like I said, Natalia will be putting that link here so that you can register for Beyond the Chair if you have not already done so. And if you have, please check your email so that you can go ahead and register for the Braid Boss Masterclass as well as the high end luxury braiding class because they're both essential for you to have all the power and arsenal and tools that you need to be the best braider in your area, in your city. And then that's what I want for everyone. All right, so flawless braiding styles, right? So a couple things that we need to make sure that we understand about braiding before we even talk about feeding braids. It's just the basic stuff, right? We ought to want to make sure that we know how to do basic braids. If you can't do a basic braid, it's going to be very difficult to do a feeding braid because feeding braids are considered an advanced technique, right? They're not your basic thing. So let's talk about how we accomplish a regular natural braid, right? All right, so I got my mannequin here. And what will I be doing to accomplish this braid is I'm just going to simply section this hair off. I'm just going to make a little section here. And you can see here, it's just a nice little parted section. And I'm going to take my Ashtae alligator clip. I got a little bit stuck here. Okay. I'm going to take my Ashtae alligator clip and I'm just going to clip that hair over to the side, kind of get it out of my way. I think I've got my mannequin hiked up a little high for my height, so I'm going to bring her down just a little bit. All right. I'm kind of short, so there we go. That's much better for me. I'm going to just tilt her to the side here and make sure that you guys can see her as well. All right, so this is just a simple part, just a simple little section here. And all we're going to do is just connect our chains. So when we're thinking about braiding, braiding is derived from first something called a plait, which is a single braid. It's just a single plait where you're just taking a couple of 3 strands of hair, and what you're doing is you're just linking them together with chains. So that's what a plait is. So you just take a single, uh, a single strand, you're going to split that into 3, and then you're going to create chains. That's what a plait is. And you just make chains. Your chains, once you create them, look like this. Okay? Just chains. So that's a single plait. Now, when we're talking about a braid or a cornrow, that's when we take these chains and we attach them at the root. Okay? So I'll take this loose now that we understand the difference between a plait, a single plait, or a cornrow. We're going to literally create those same chains, but they're going to be attached to the scalp this time. So you're going to take the hair, you're going to still split it into 3, and then you're going to create chains directly to the scalp, just like this. And again, this is something that we will definitely go over at Beyond a Chair. For those who do not braid, for those that do not braid or want to learn how to braid, we're going to be going over these things at Beyond a Chair at our Braid Boss Masterclass so that you can get hands-on expertise learning how to do these things. All right. Now, if you do not have the ability to do a corn roll, it will be very difficult to do a feeding braid. Okay, so this is step 1, learning how to do a corn roll where your chains are connected at the base of the hair. All right, now if you can do this, if you can do this right here, then we're ready to do some flawless feeding braids. All right, and I just want to talk about my model real quick because I just put her up to the camera. And as you can see, this hair is nice and soft. It has a lot of shine to it. I'm going to tell y'all what I did to this mannequin's head. My little model mannequin right here. I washed her hair with our clarifying shampoo. Then I followed up with our volumizing detangling shampoo because I didn't want to have to fight with trying to detangle it. So I let the shampoo detangle her hair for me. Yes, I did. I did. That's one thing about the volumizing detangling shampoo. It detangles. That's what it says it does, and it literally does it. So I don't have to work harder. That's the way we work smarter. We let the products do the work for us. I followed up with a conditioner. I used the Heavily Silk and Shine conditioner on her. And then I went in with our Moisture Plus leave-in conditioner to just seal the deal. So this is all that's on her hair right now. It's literally just a good wash, a good shampoo, and then a leave-in conditioner. And so that's what we're working with right now. That's our foundation. The reason I'm telling you that that is our foundation is because as I start to do the feeding braids and I start to utilize products, I want you to understand that the reason that the hair will not have white film, any type of buildup, is because I'm starting with a clean canvas, which is super important if you want to have flawless feeding braids. You will never, ever, ever have a flawless braid style if you don't know what the foundation of that style is. So the days of telling your clients to come to you for a braid service already washed and blow dried are completely out the door. We are no longer doing that. We're going to make sure that we set the foundation for our braid styles because we want to make sure that they are flawless. And the only way to do that is if you do it yourself. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take this one a loose. I'll take this a loose. And then I'm going to do a different type of parting here. With the mannequin, sometimes they do very heavily dense hair in the front and then less dense in the back. So kind of just give her a different type of parting here so that you can see. All right, so what is the difference between a regular corn roll and a feed-in corn roll? Does anybody know? Do you have any reactions about that, Natalia? Anybody know the difference between a feed-in braid and a regular corn roll?
No, no questions yet, no comments yet.
Okay, not a worry at all because I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
The regular corn roll, it's just with your natural hair. So for this mannequin, this is the natural hair. When we braid it, that's a cornrow. It becomes a feed-in braid when we begin to add braiding hair, anything that's outside of the natural hair. So it could be human hair or synthetic hair. Today we'll be using some synthetic hair. But anytime you add additional hair to that natural hair, it then becomes a feeding braid, right? And that is when we're adding it piece by piece. So we're going to take piece by piece and add that hair in, right? There are traditional uh, uh, cornrows with like weave where we would take it and it would have a knot at the beginning of the braid where you kind of wrap it around the beginning and you start your braid like this. That is not considered a feeding braid when it has that knot at the beginning. So that is not what we're speaking about. We're speaking about those braids that look seamless. They look very natural, but they're actually added hair into that hair. Okay. So let's talk about how we set the stage for our flawless feeding braids. Well, first, we have to have the right products, and second, we have to have the right tools. So, what are those products? Today, I brought out my favorite finishing products. I know we talked about some of the foundational things that I use to shampoo and condition the hair, but I truly, truly want to show you, for purposes of this online course, the finishing products that I absolutely love that create these flawless braid styles that you see me posting. The first thing that I like to use is our Lay and Stay Edge Control. It's one of my favorite, the Lay and Stay Edge Control. This product is going to be used to help you do HD parting, which is high definition parting. The parts where you can literally see each and every follicle come from the scalp and you can move the hair to be a specific way where that part is so straight. It's immaculate. I use the Lay and Stay Edge Control to get those type of parts. This is also going to help reduce frizz and it's going to help secure that hair in for longevity. What does that mean? That means that these braids are going to last them 2, 3, sometimes even 4 weeks or longer. So you want to have that lay and stay. That's going to help you with the hold, longevity, and reduce frizz. Okay. The next thing I like to use is a cocktail. I put my cocktail in this little container here. So this is my cocktail. I'm actually going to leave it open. This is my favorite. What's in my cocktail is like the mystery jar, and it's just kind of like this little creamy, like creamy complexion. Let me tell you what's in it. It starts with this. This is our foundation, our lock and twist gel. So you can see where the creamy amount comes from. This is our shea butter based gel. My favorite because it's I call it the oxymoron. The oxymoron because it's gel, but it looks like this, right? So when we think of gel, we think of like jelly type things, like like the alcohol based gels, the ones that dry your hair out. But this one is not a drying gel. It's actually a moisturizing gel. It's truly a moisturizing gel. It's not one of those gels that has alcohol base, but then it's oil added, so you have oil and alcohol in your hair. It's literally a shea butter based gel. So you're gonna truly get moisture in your hair. And then I like to use that in conjunction with our high gloss curl wax. The high gloss curl wax, it just has so much shine. You can literally see the shine coming out of the jar. Like it has a lot of shine. And so I like to use these in conjunction with each other.
Shay, we have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so can you use these products on wet or dry hair, or what is the best way
It
to
depends
use?
on what you're, yes, it depends on what you're trying to do. These products work best on wet or dry hair, depending on what you're accomplishing. For purposes of a braid style, I would say dry hair because we're talking about braids, but they can be used for different things. So, like if you're doing a wet twist style, you can definitely use these and place that client under the dryer. I probably wouldn't mix in the high gloss curl wax until the very end. That would be my finishing for them after they come from under the dryer because this is a heavier product. But the lock and twist gel, I would use as I'm twisting and then put them under the dryer. And when they dry like that, it would create a beautiful twist out. So yes, they can be used interchangeably. One thing I do love about the way that these products are sold is that they're sold separately, right? What that does for me is it allows me to utilize them at my maximum potential. So, for example, if they were sold together, then that means that I only can do styles that require both of these products mixed at 50-50. But there may be styles that I only just want shine and I don't need the gel factor in. I will just only use the high gloss curl wax. For example, like if I am going to do like a pixie cut and I want to curl the top of the hair and I want spikes or anything like that, I would only just use my high gloss curl wax. But in a situation where I'm doing locks and the hair is already full of shine and sheen, and I just really only need something just to do a good retwist, I could just use my lock and twist gel without any high gloss curl wax. So it just depends on what you're doing. But for example, if I'm doing a sleek ponytail and I want the hold that this gel provides, along with the shine that the high gloss curl wax provides, I will use them interchangeably, not mixed together, but I will use them interchangeably to create a beautiful, shiny, sleek ponytail. So it really just depends on what you're doing, what style you're trying to accomplish, how you use the products. But the great thing is that the products are so diverse that you can use them for anything, literally anything that you're trying to create. So that's what I love about them. For our flawless feeding braids, we're going to use it at 50-50. So I've already mixed it in my little mystery jar, 50-50. And I want to take a jar out. I'm like, what are you using? I'm using Ashtae Products as always. And then my third and, well, I will say fourth, my fourth and final favorite product when I'm doing my flawless feeding braids is my Heavenly Phone. There we go. My Heavenly Phone. This is an absolute must. You didn't finish their hair. I don't look good when they walk out the door. You didn't seal the deal. When you put this on here, this seals the deal. This like the lay and stay is going to prevent the frizz. This is going to seal that lock in so that that hair will not come out of that braid. It just won't. You're going to have to take it out. You're going to have to wash it out. That's how that goes. It's going to last. And that's what you want. You want longevity. Why? Because longevity is going to set you apart from other people. Where someone else may have braided that person's hair and it only lasted a week. They're looking at your braids like, well, wow, she's doing something different because my braids are lasting a long time. I'm getting the value out of what she's doing to my hair. I'm definitely going back. And that's what you want. You want clients that are returning because they understand that you're using high quality products and you're creating longevity for them. So they're getting the highest value for their money. All right. So how do we use these products? I just showed you like 4 different things. How do we use this? All right. So let's talk about how we use this. We're going to use some tools to get this done so we can get these flawless feeding braids. The first tool we're going to use is our parting comb. You see a parting comb? So you want to make sure you have a good parting comb, a comb that has a nice sharp parting gap so that you can get that hair nice and straight. The other thing you want is a nice edge brush, right? Because the girlies know that after you do your feeding braids, there are some people that like to have the little baby hairs, and this is how you get those. You're gonna get a nice little edge brush, right? And then you also want to have your parters. I like to use ring parters. These are for stitch braiding, right? So stitch braiding is a whole nother technique that we can add on top of feeding braids, but you want to have these if you're going to be doing stitch braids as well as the feeding braids. Today we're going to focus more on feeding braids, and I'm going to show you how beautiful feeding braids can look even without stitching. And stitching is definitely just a preference, right? It's just a preference. It's not a requirement. So I will show you how to do that, and you can get beautiful feeding braids without stitches from simply just utilizing your lay and stay edge control along with your cocktail of high gloss curl wax and your lock and twist gel. Let me just smooth this here. All right. And can everyone see my mannequin very good?
Yes,
Awesome.
we can see it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. So I'm just going to take just a bit of our lay and stay. When I say bit, I mean just this much. So you can see, just kind of rolling around so you can see exactly like how much I have on my finger. Just a bit. And that's going to be for the section. You're going to literally placement is everything, okay? Placement is literally everything. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're not putting the lay and stay directly onto the scalp, but you're placing it right at the point where the scalp and the hair meet. All right, so I'm going to bring her a little closer so you can see right where it meets. All right, do you see that? So it's not directly on the scalp, but it's right there where it meets. And you're going to do that all the way around. All right, and that's going to be enough for the entire section. All right, so now my finger is empty, and I put it around the whole section. All right, so what that tells you is that a little bit of our lay and stay goes a long way. It's highly concentrated. And that's another thing that I absolutely love about our products. They are highly concentrated. So that just means that whenever you buy something, you don't have to use a lot. So guess what? It lasts a long time. It lasts a long time. So it takes a while for you to use all the products. So once you buy it, you've made a great investment because you can use it at small portions at a time, and you get your value for what you're purchasing, which I absolutely love too. All right, so I'm gonna comb through here. And as you're combing it in, you're gonna notice that it's just gonna start illuminating shine, and the hair is gonna start to lay whichever direction you comb it in. And it stays there, which is why I think they call it lay and stay, because it literally lays and stays exactly where you put it. Then this is gonna be your opportunity to go through and just, you're gonna be able to see like what pieces of hair are out of place. You're gonna go in and you're just gonna fix those parts. And this is what I call HD parting. You'll go in there and make your part even straighter. You get all of those little hairs that don't belong out of the way. All right, now once those hairs are out of the way, you're gonna use your alligator clip to hold them at bay so that they don't reintroduce to the hair that you're getting ready to braid. And then you're just gonna comb through and just kind of like where the part that they're basically all the hair is going to the middle of that section. So you kind of comb up and down to make sure all the hair is kind of sitting in the middle. All right, fair enough. Very good. All right, and then we're gonna take 3 pieces of hair and we're just gonna begin our braid. You want to do at least like 2 to 3 chains before you introduce new hair. This will keep it looking natural and flawless. All right, so I've taken a couple of pieces of hair and I've matched it to the density of the mannequin's hair. If you use pieces of hair that are larger than the density of your client's hair, it's going to look bulky. If you use pieces that are smaller or the same, it will be seamless. So that's what you want. You're just going to add that hair in. And you can gradually feed that hair in and do your chains. All right, and as you can see, at some point, sometimes you don't need to add a lot of hair, and then sometimes you do. So with this one, it's getting pretty bulky for me quickly. So I won't add much more hair until I get to the very bottom. And let's say I want to make the bottom nice and thick or full, I will add hair down here at the bottom to give it more thickness, more fullness. And then that will be a nice braid style after I finish doing all the braids going back. It will fill the back up and make it look really natural, very pretty, and nice and full at the same time. All right, when I'm braiding the ends of the hair and these natural hairs down here, to keep them from breaking and keeping the ends from splitting, I'm going to take my mix, my high gloss curl wax and my lock and twist gel, about this much on my finger, and I'm going to put it on that hair. It's going to help me to not get tangles in the synthetic hair. It's also going to seal the ends of the natural hair so that this is truly a protective style. Because when we are just braiding the hair dry, it's breaking as we're doing chains. But if we put the mixture of the high gloss curl wax and the lock and twist gel on that hair, it seals those ends so they don't break. And what that means for your client is when they take their braids out, they will see the retention of their hair instead of breakage. They're going to see that their hair has grown and gotten longer and thick, and it's staying thick and it's keeping its density. And they'll want to continue to come to you because you're growing their hair and you're truly giving their hair everything that it needs. All right. And so this is what a flawless feeding braid looks like. All right. At our class, we're not only going to be teaching flawless feeding braids, we're also going to be teaching stitch braiding, knotless braiding as well. And I may throw in a little bonus. And I may throw in a little bonus as well, with a little bit of bow. That is nice. So after we've done our flawless fitting braid, remember I said this hairstyle is not complete if we don't use our phone. We have to use our phone, guys. So let's do it. This is my favorite. It's so therapeutic. I like it because I just like to make the foam come out of the bottle for some reason. But the clients love it because they say it feels so good to their scalp after you braid their hair and you come in and you just take your foam and then you just put that foam on that hair and then you just rub it in. The clients love it. They love the way this feels. And they say that it smells so good. If you know Ashtae products, you already know the smells I'm talking about. They're lightly scented, but it smells amazing. And I love it because it's so subtle that it will not disrupt our counteract any perfumes that they may have on. For me, I have, and so a lot of things disrupt my allergies, but Ashtae products never disrupt my allergies. It's so lightly scented, you can barely smell it, but what you smell is just pleasant. So you just want more. And so I get that all the time with our Heavenly Foam. As you can see, I already put the foam on the hair, and the foam is already beginning to dry, and I haven't used a blow dryer or anything. And that's my other favorite thing about this foam, that it dries really, really fast. So usually I will have to put my clients under the dryer for about 20 minutes after a braid service. But with our Heavenly Foam, they stand in there for about 5 minutes and then it's done. It does not take very long to dry. And also, as I'm rubbing my hands, they are not sticky at all. They are not sticky. They feel amazing. They feel moisturized. And so there's no sticky feeling at all. And there was no running. As you can see, I put the foam on the hair and it just sat there. I'm playing with my hand and it's not runny. It's not runny at all. And so those are some of the perks, some of the benefits of our Heavenly Foam. Some things I absolutely love about it. As a braider, as a cosmetologist, I absolutely love our Heavenly Foam. And so that is going to be one of the secrets to sealing your flawless fitting braids. Again, I just want to put it out there. You will be learning how to do this hands on. I know I went through this a little fast, right? So if you took notes, wonderful. But if you want someone to like really walk with you one on one, hands on, and show you how to do this, where you may have missed a step or you just want to make sure you're doing it right, sign up for the not becoming a braid boss, but the Boss Braid Masterclass at the Beyond the Chair conference, and also sign up for the high end luxury braiding class, because not only will we be teaching you our basic styles, but we're going to be teaching you high end luxury styles. And again, these are for those that don't just want to do hair for $100. You wanting those high ticket braid services. So you want to take that high end luxury braiding class so that you can make sure that you are doing high end services that demand and command the high ticket sales. And I'm here to show you how to do that. There's also another class that I'll be participating in as well. It is called the CEO Stylist, right? So the CEO Stylist is going to be a template class where we're going to be providing you with things that are going to help you organize and scale your business to profit. So you'll be making over six figures and so the multiple six figures utilizing this class, where we take concepts that we have from our TSS manual alongside other actionable templates, and we merge it together so that you have a complete overview of how to manage your business from beginning to to end, to where you see retirement, and open it up for you to not just be a hairstylist, right? Because we're talking about going beyond the chair. So, if we're going to talk about going beyond the chair, then we want to be the CEO of what we do, the chief executive officer of what we do. And that is what the CEO stylist is all about. Showing you how to level up so that you're not just a technician, but you're also a businesswoman or businessman. All right. So that is a class that is also available that I will be participating and facilitating as well, which I'm super excited about. I'm excited about the whole entire conference. We have so many amazing classes that are going to be there, and I can't wait to see you all. Natalia, do we have any other questions?
Right now we don't. Some people say it was a good tip what you said before. So great. And that is
Do we have any other questions, Natalia?
no, actually I was saying that we had some comments saying that good job and
Yeah.
great tips that you mentioned before. So yeah, but not comments, just not questions, just comments.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that's been my time, guys. It has been amazing to just have the opportunity to come on here and talk with you a bit today. I'm super, super excited about Beyond the Chair. I cannot wait to see everyone there. Again, like I said, if you're tuning in and you don't have your ticket, please register. We have payment plans available. Natalia, going to go ahead and put that link up one more time for you. Go ahead and sign up. Um, it's going to be phenomenal. Every single year, it literally gets better and better and better and better. And we do this every year, and I don't even know how it can get better. And then it does. It's just always so fulfilling. You leave the conference feeling so full. Even as an educator, we leave the conference feeling full, and we're the ones that are pouring most of our love and labor and experiences out for everyone to absorb. But even as people that are pouring out the information that we have, we still leave so full because we learn so much, not just because we have learned to teach you, but we learn from each other. So it's just an amazing way to connect with other people in our industry and to level up our skills. So when you leave, you go home with something that you didn't come with that's going to literally help and change your life in the most positive way. So sign up, click on that link that you see down there, and we will see you at Beyond the Chair. Have a great Monday, everyone.
Just last thing, can you mention what are the classes you will be teaching again for Beyond the Chair?
Definitely will. Thank you, Natalia. So I'll be teaching at this point. I think I saw 3 classes that I'll be teaching, which will be the Braid Boss Masterclass. All right, so that's the first one. That's where you're going to learn the flawless feeding braids. We're going to do hands-on in that class. You're going to learn feeding braids. You're going to learn stitch braids. You're going to learn knotless braids. And like I said, I want to throw a little bonus in there. So we're going to add a little boho to that as well. So you can have a lot of tools in your arsenal to do different styles. All right, so that's the first class, Boss Braid Masterclass, right? The second class we're going to do is going to be your high end luxury braiding styles, which is going to be a class talking about how to do styles that command high ticket pricing, right? And so we're going to talk about how you do that in that class. We're going to customize that class for those who not only know the basics, but want to learn more advanced techniques so that you can demand 4-figure types of hairstyles. And then the other class is going to be the CEO stylist class. So that's the class where it's more of a business class. You're going to bring in your information so that we can help you structure your class. You'll have templates where you can use to help you organize your business, have your corporate record book, things like that. Make sure that all of your things are in order. And you will be able to put this inside of your TSS manual to have a good home for all of these things and make sure that they're nice and organized. And then you'll be able to utilize those templates moving forward to build a team and learn how to scale your business for profit. So it's one thing when you're making money to pay bills, it's another thing where you can see profit margin. So while you're earning money, you can see a profit on top of what you take home. So that is the difference between you being a stylist or a technician and you being a CEO, because CEOs sees profit. They don't just make money so they can pay bills. We're getting out of that mindset and the CEO stylist class. So if that's you, are you looking to see how you can scale your business and how you can level up your business, then I highly recommend signing up for the CEO stylist class as well, because that's the class that's going to help you understand, is going to open up your mind to how to scale and make your business profitable. All right. Any other questions and comments?
No, no more. But thank
All
you so
right.
much. People say we were saying that it was really good and hope to see you at Beyond the Chair.
Yes, I hope to see you all too. Like I said, I'm so excited. I'm literally counting down. Like we literally only have until next month. So like we're only like a month away and a couple of weeks here or there. So I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see everyone. We're going to have so much fun, but we're going to learn so many things. So I'm excited to see everyone, to learn and to fellowship with each and every one of you. Again, like I said earlier, happy Monday. And you guys have a wonderful, beautiful week. And